Very simply, cast Accio on one of the spheres and relinquish your charm at the last possible moment. Accio, now think of this excellent control happens to the best of us. Very good. That's it.
哦，顶住了。
Very good. Points to Gryffindor. But there's certainly no sport in playing without some friendly competition. Miss Onai, would you care to give our new student a bit of a challenge? Come on up. You'll be the blues just as before, and Miss Onai, you are playing red. Clear?
Yes,
我
sir.
要跟他比赛啊！哦，
Watch this.
哈哈哈！你才到绿色而已，
There we go.
我一定是蓝色的啦！
Accio.
我也是绿色的。
Excellent.
Let us see this.
哎呀，蓝色哎，可恶！
That is how it's done.
我可以把他的推出去吗？哎呀，没
Well
推到。
done. Be sharp.
可以从斜角推过来吗？这样是可以耶。是我会把它推到变成蓝色的，先把它推到这里。啊，推不出去。没差，反正是赢了。
Let us make this a bit more interesting, shall we?
怎么了？哦，多了一
I
个机
think we are
关
well
哦。
past interesting at this point.
I'll say.
Enough chatter. Focus now. You will need it.
我们来看他施法的英姿。
Here we go.
哇，蓝色的哎，好像
There
很
we
猛
go.
哦。
Accio.
That's it.
Let us see this.
哦，被推走了。啊，
Concentrate next time.
还少一颗嘞，随便都赢啊！啊！
Stay focused.
Watch this.
我好像膨胀了。诶，差一点50。再一次，再一次。
Accio.
哦，他会
You are
扣
not
分
making
诶
this！easy for me, are you?
哎呀，把他推下去还会扣分诶！
Very good, both of you. Well done. Class is dismissed. Gather your things on the way out.
这种课也太好玩了吧！
Good game back there. I must admit, I think I underestimated you. Took me weeks to become proficient with Accio. Took weeks for me to get anything right when I transferred here. It gets
没
easier.
事
I
啦，我是
promise.
神童啦，还好啦。
That's good to hear. It's a lot to take in all at once.
To put it lightly, I remember how I felt when I first arrived. I transferred here from Ouagadougou just before my 4th year. My mother received an offer to teach divination here. Before I knew it, we had left Uganda and were halfway around the world at a new school in a new country.
Is Ouagadougou much bigger than Hogwarts?
Ouagadougou School of Magic is the largest wizarding school in the world.
是哦。
So yes, bigger than Hogwarts. But it never seemed intimidating or overwhelming to me. It always felt like home.
It's nice to learn about another wizarding school.
Thank you for asking. I do miss Ouagadougou, but I am glad to be here at Hogwarts. Ah, I think Professor Ronan wants to talk to you. Better not keep him waiting. Until next time.
Of course, you can use Accio on humans.
A word, if you would.
If you're so inclined.
诶，为什么我可以跟他说
You'd
话
be？ using it.
After my brother learned the summoning charm, it was constant Accio this, Accio that, cutlery flying everywhere. Quite unsafe, really.
You wanted to speak with me, Professor?
I did. I trust your first charms lesson lived up to expectation?
Well, an outdoor competition wasn't exactly the lesson I was expecting, sir.
What charm is there in the expected? You did well, managing to best as gifted a student as Miss Onai.
Thank you, Professor. I enjoyed the match.
Miss Onai is always a fierce competitor, though I sense that she is a bit distracted of late. Now, Professor Weasley has asked that your professors give you instruction outside of the ordinary curriculum. Expect to hear from me soon regarding a special assignment that I am preparing for you.
哦，有奖励可以领取嘞。什么奖励啊？哦，手套。哦，可以换那个手套。哦，可以把这个袍子拿下来，可以穿睡衣耶。我们今天就去上一下黑魔法防御术课吧。哦，到了。
Is that all you've got?
Professor Hecat!
Perhaps you'd be good enough to blast each other to pieces in your own time. I get new students every year, but I only have one Hebridean black skull. It was a token from the Great Poacher Raid of 1878. No doubt you've heard of it. Now, you may be asking yourself how an old woman like me single-handedly took out the largest poacher ring in eastern Wales and lived to boast about it. Knowledge. To the wise, age matters very little. Today we will review a spell that has saved me from death at the hands of dark wizards more times than I care to remember. Levioso.
Levioso? A levitation charm?
Levioso! A surprised opponent is a weak opponent. Care to defend yourself, Master Pruitt? No? One thing I've learned as an unspeakable is the value of simplicity, especially in the heat of battle. Now, let's practice what we've just learned, starting with something small.
好，应该要学习新魔法。
Levioso!
这个羽毛也是绿色的哎。
Now, let's try something a little larger. Let us begin with the basic cast.
按左键使出基础施法。
See how the dummy deflected your cast? This time, cast Levioso first, then the basic cast. Remember, a surprise choice. Now, well done.
他打多久啊？
Very good. But the best way to practice is by duel. We'll start with you two. Duelists, take your marks.
决斗。
Time for a proper Hogwarts welcome.
Now, I want a fair duel using only Levioso, basic cast, and Protego. You may begin.
护心咒啊！
Lucky. Nothing lucky about it.
This can't be your first.
鞭死他，鞭死他！
Let's just say
哦，我忘记按 Q 了。
I do enjoy a lively duel. Try to anticipate your opponent's next move.
他根本连反击的
Not
力
bad
气都
for a
没有
beginner.
哎。
You give as good as you get.
I put you on the spot, and you rose to the challenge. Points to Gryffindor.
Thank you, Professor Heckert. Glad to have the opportunity to practice.
If what I've seen today is any indication, we can expect great things from you. I demand excellence from my students. They are capable of achieving it, and they must achieve it. A classroom duel is one thing, but battling dark wizards, or as ever more likely, goblins, is a different kettle of Grindylows entirely.
Understood, Professor.
So, I'd advise you to keep practicing whenever you can. Perhaps Mr. Sallow will have some ideas for you. Again, well done today. I shall reach out soon with additional assignments.
可以不要写作业吗？
All right, that's enough spectacle for one day. Class is dismissed.
耶，下课了。
If you know the right spells, it's dark wizards that'll fear.
哎，怎么又是
Always
他？
thought Levioso was for first years. Not anymore.
Nice work.
I enjoyed that.
Well, that duel was quite something. Everyone will be talking about it.
It was certainly good practice.
Practice. It felt more like I was dueling an expert. Sebastian Sallow, by the way, didn't expect a new student to be so deft with a wand. Then again, perhaps this wasn't your first duel.
I've dueled enough. Consider yourself lucky I held back.
Huh, fair enough. You owe me an honest duel when you aren't. You know, you might be a perfect fit for a certain exclusive, unsanctioned dueling organization.
没有经过许可的决斗组织。
Exclusive and unsanctioned. Count me in.
Excellent. Knew I was right about you. If you want to get the most out of your time at Hogwarts, you're going to need to break the rules now and then. Whether it's joining a secret dueling club or sneaking into the
现在他们的
restricted
学
section
院
of
都
the
那么和
library,
谐哦，
you just have to be
还
clever
会邀
enough
请不
not
同
to
学
get
院的，
caught.
他
Thank
不
you,
是死在
Sebastian.
这里的
I'll
吗？
keep that in mind.
Good. Pleasure chatting with you. I'm sure I'll see you soon. Perhaps somewhere unsanctioned? We'll see if your performance today was sheer luck or actual skill. Look for Luke and Brattleby near the clock tower entrance. If you're interested. Till next time.
加入了一个神秘组织啊！
I'd hate to face Professor Heckett in a duel.
诶，这边为什么会有个宝箱的图案？哪里啊？像这边有箱子是不是？嗯，没有啊。哦，该不会在这个塔里面吧？
What are you up to now?
他这个学生也太多了吧？
Oh.
哦，他在魔法弹小提琴，他还在喝茶。来看一下下一个任务是什么。卫斯理教授想在教室见我，这也是主线。那我们去解主线吧。 变形学教室，找卫斯理教授。诶，有一只猫诶。诶，这个树怎么突然长大？
What about the room, Professor?
I was thinking the same thing, Deke. Perhaps you could help.
Oh, excuse, Deke.
Ah, there you are. I trust your first classes went well?
They did, Professor.
I heard as much from Professors Hecat and Ronan. Seems Professor Fig taught you quite a bit during your brief detour near... what was it you said? Some ruins? I'd wager there's a good deal more to your travels here than what you've told me. Isn't there?
Have you and Professor Fig not discussed my training?
He continues to be reticent about the details, mentioning only a few spells. Revelio, was it? And Lumos?
That's correct, Professor.
I see. Like trying to get a sonnet from a streeler. Regardless, you must continue to build upon what you've learned. In that regard, I've asked your professors to help hasten your progress with some extra assignments.
更多作业。
I'm not sure I have time for extra assignments, Professor.
You shall find the time. You'd be astonished to know just how much you don't know. In fact, Professor Ronan will meet you outside momentarily to assign your first one. Now, regarding the trip to Hogsmeade I mentioned earlier, we've arranged to replace the supplies lost on your way here, including seeds, potion recipes, and spellcrafts.
Thank you, Professor.
And Mr. Ollivander will connect you with the perfect wand. You've managed your classes well with a borrowed wand, but you'll find the magic you cast with your own wand to be far superior.
我可以去挑魔杖了，走吧。
I'm eager to get to Hogsmeade.
Very well. I'd like you to make your first visit to the village with a classmate. Help you get your bearings. Perhaps Sebastian Sallow or Natsai Onai. I've noticed you spending time with them.
娜娜好了。
I'd like to go with Natty.
Excellent choice. Miss Onai is one of our most talented students. And she knows the area. She'll keep you well clear of any of Victor Rookwood's undesirables en route.
Rookwood?
A rather unsavory local. Best to avoid him and his associates, including his right hand of sorts, Theophilus Harlow, if you can. Once you've finished Professor Ronan's assignment, your friend will meet you at the castle doors. No time to waste. The sooner you complete your work, the sooner you can enjoy a butterbeer at the Three Broomsticks.
诶，这边有个箱子诶，哦，不是可以开的那一种，好吧。与罗南教授交谈，获得你的首份作业。作业是教授给你的任务。完成任务奖励是修复的魔咒，好吧。你就去找罗南吧。
I've always said that travel broadens the mind.
诶，他就在这里哦。
Ah, there you are.
You have a new...
Indeed I do, and an exceedingly useful one at that, the mending charm Reparo. Fixes things right up, makes a broken object good as new in the blink of an eye.
It seems as if that might come in handy.
More frequently than one would imagine. As Professor Weasley mentioned, I am not the only one who will be teaching you spells outside of class in an effort to catch you up with your peers. A number of your professors have agreed to do so as well, but first, each shall ask that you complete a few preliminary tasks to hone your magic. I have arranged some for today. See them through and then report back to me. We will have you casting Reparo in no time.
好吧。
I'll start on the task right away, Professor.
诶，这边有个卷轴诶。哦，飞龙喷泉。去收集飞行的树叶。
This is the right area. Wonder where the flying page is.
2 hours later.
哦，它会动诶。要飞去哪里？我要怎么捡它
？2 hours later.
是的。
If only a new student were to help me with my sad predicament.
Are you all right?
Don't you know who I am? Zenobia Noak, the girl whom everyone at school hates for no reason.
Everyone hates you. Why?
Because Hogwarts is full of bullies and spoilsports. Leander Pruitt's one of the worst, that no-talent moon mind. I wanted to make some new friends, and so I brought my collection down to the common room. My gobstone collection, that is. I was hoping someone would want to play. Are you familiar with gobstones? Little balls, like marbles. Grand game. And if you lose, they spray you with a foul-smelling liquid.
Gobstones? Sounds like a fun challenge.
That's what I tried to tell everyone. People can be so cruel. Just because they're sprayed all over with smelly gobstone spit, it's their own fault for losing. Imelda is one of the worst losers. And now those poor losers have taken my gobstones and...
所以我们要去帮他捡他的多多石吗？
Rather an overreaction on their part.
I'll say. Anyway, I don't think I know the necessary spell.
I'll see what I can do.
I'd appreciate the help. I'll be back to playing
A few moments later.
Around the school for... This is the one job. Got it.
哦，解完了。
I trust the preliminary tasks weren't too much.
I completed the assignments, Professor.
Marvelous. You clearly know your way around basic charms. Let us give the old mending charm a try then, shall we? Remember to be deliberate in your enunciation and movements. I want to see some vigor. Now, wand at the ready.
Yes, sir.
Remember, your wand is a conduit of your magic. That's it! Very good. If you would like to practice mending something, have a go with that broken statue in the alcove by the water. It allegedly symbolized heartbreak.
Repair it.
Perhaps a beauty lover thought it too accurate and lashed out.
I'd better keep an eye on high places around the school for Zenobia's gobstones.
哦，我们可以去火米村了。去追踪一下。就去火米村吧。就可以使用了。哦，它会动诶。
A few moments later.
Hello, looking for me?
Natty, I hope I haven't kept you waiting long.
Not at all. Professor Weasley tells me that you need to go to Hogsmeade. You must be eager to have your own things again. And to see the village.
I've been looking forward to it.
Good. Shall we set off? I intend to give you a first-rate Hogsmeade experience.